Are you a tenant struggling to find affordable housing or a landlord looking to fill vacancies? The Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher Program could be the solution. Today, we're diving into everything you need to know about Section 8, from how it works to how you can benefit. What is Section 8? The Section 8 program, formerly known as the Housing Choice Voucher Program, was enacted as part of the Housing and Community Development Act of 1974. This initiative was a response to the need for housing assistance for the poorest families in the United States, evolving from the earlier public housing developments of the 1930s. The aim was to provide a more flexible approach to housing assistance that would allow recipients to find their own housing in the private market, rather than being limited to government housing projects. Over the decades, Section 8 has undergone numerous amendments to improve its effectiveness and reach. Today, it serves not only to provide affordable housing, but also to promote greater choice and mobility for low-income families, the elderly, and disabled individuals, thus improving their ability to access safe and decent living conditions. How it works. The Section 8 program is funded by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, or HUD, and administered locally by public housing agencies, or PHAs. These agencies receive federal funds from HUD to administer the voucher program in their respective communities. Here's a breakdown of the process. 1. Funding allocation. HUD allocates funds to PHAs based on a formula that considers community needs, including poverty levels and housing costs. 2. Voucher issuance. Eligible applicants are issued vouchers based on their needs, priorities established by the PHA, and the availability of funds. These vouchers pay for a portion of the rent, making housing more affordable. 3. Tenant selection. Once issued a voucher, tenants have the freedom to choose housing that meets the minimum standards of health and safety as prescribed by HUD. 4. Payment process. The PHA pays the subsidy directly to the landlord on behalf of the tenant. The tenant then pays the difference between the actual rent charged by the landlord and the amount subsidized by the program. Eligibility requirements for tenants. To qualify for a Section 8 voucher, an individual or family must typically earn less than 50% of the median income in the area they reside. PHAs have the discretion to provide up to 75% of their vouchers to applicants whose incomes do not exceed 30% of the area median income. Other eligibility criteria. 1. Citizenship or eligible immigration status. Applicants must either be U.S. citizens or have eligible immigration status. 2. Background checks. PHAs are required to conduct background checks to ensure that applicants do not have histories of drug-related criminal activity or other behaviors that might jeopardize the safety of the housing environment. 3. Rental history. Applicants should have a generally positive rental history. Issues such as previous evictions for drug-related criminal activity could disqualify an individual. To ensure that the most vulnerable populations receive the assistance they need, special consideration and priority is given to elderly and disabled families with children, veterans, and victims of domestic violence. Eligibility requirements for landlords. Properties must meet certain safety and health standards to be eligible for Section 8 rentals. This includes compliance with state and local building codes, as well as HUD's Housing Quality Standards, or HQS. Landlords must agree to maintain their property in accordance with HQS and are subject to regular inspections. They must also agree not to discriminate against tenants based on race, color, national origin, religion, sex, familial status, or disability. Application process for tenants. To begin the application process for a Section 8 voucher, the first step is locating your public housing agency, or PHA. Each PHA operates independently and has its own rules, which can vary significantly depending on the region. Applicants should use HUD's online portal to find the PHA that serves their area, providing access to contact details, websites, and application procedures. The Section 8 application process involves several key steps. 1. Initial contact and inquiry. Contact the local PHA to inquire about the availability of vouchers and when the waiting list is open, as many PHAs close their lists due to high demand. 2. Application submission. fill out the application form provided by the PHA. This usually requires detailed information about household composition, income, current living situation, and more. Accuracy is crucial here, as misinformation can lead to disqualification. 3. Documentation. Applicants must submit various documents along with their application, such as proof of income, birth certificates, social security cards, and other relevant identification documents. Due to high demand, most applicants will be placed on a waiting list, which can vary from a few months to several years. It's important for applicants to keep their contact information up to date and respond promptly to any PHA communication. Becoming a Section 8 landlord. Landlords interested in participating in the Section 8 program must 1. Contact local PHA. Reach out to the PHA to express interest and attend an informational session if available. 2. Application process. Submit an application that includes details about the rental properties available for inspection. 3. Attend training. Some PHAs require landlords to attend training sessions to understand their responsibilities under the program. 4. Property inspection and approval. Properties offered by landlords for Section 8 tenants must pass a rigorous inspection to ensure they meet HUD's Housing Quality Standards, or HQS. This inspection checks for general safety, functionality, and cleanliness of the property. If a property fails the initial inspection, landlords are usually given an opportunity to make the necessary repairs and request a re-inspection. Rent determination. The PHA assesses and approves the rent requested by landlords based on rent reasonableness tests, which compare the rent to similar unassisted units in the area. This ensures that the government does not overpay for rent and that the rent is affordable to tenants. Living with Section 8 for tenants. Once approved, tenants will receive a voucher that they can use to find housing that meets program criteria. The PHA provides guidelines on what constitutes acceptable housing, including the size of the unit and rental price limits. Tenants have a specific time frame, usually 60 to 120 days, to find suitable housing and sign a lease. Section 8 tenants have rights under federal, state, and local law, including the right to non-discrimination by landlords, reasonable privacy in their rental units, a safe and habitable living environment, request repairs, and enforce the lease without fear of retaliation. Tenants are responsible for paying their portion of the rent on time, keeping the unit in good condition, complying with the terms of the lease and program rules, and reporting any changes in income or family composition to the PHA promptly. Living with Section 8 for landlords. Landlords receive payments directly from the PHA, covering the portion of the rent that the voucher covers. Tenants are responsible for paying the difference between the total rent and the subsidy. It's crucial for landlords to understand how these payments will be processed and the timing of payments. Landlords must ensure that their properties remain compliant with HQS throughout the tenure of the rental. This includes responding to tenant repair requests promptly and ensuring that the property remains habitable and safe. Regular inspections are conducted by the PHA to ensure ongoing compliance. The Section 8 Housing Voucher Program stands as a critical resource for low-income households seeking affordable and decent living conditions. However, potential participants should weigh both the benefits and the challenges of the program before deciding to engage. Advantages of participating in Section 8 for tenants. 1. Enhanced neighborhood choice. Section 8 grants tenants the autonomy to select housing in diverse neighborhoods far from constrained high-poverty areas. This freedom opens the doors to better schools, enhanced amenities, and superior employment opportunities. 2. Affordability. The program smartly adjusts the subsidy it provides if a tenant's income decreases, ensuring the housing remains affordable irrespective of financial changes. 3. Safe living conditions. Vouchers motivate landlords to maintain and manage their properties efficiently, which means tenants can move out of substandard living conditions and into safer and better quality housing. Advantages of participating in Section 8 for landlords. 1. Guaranteed rent payments. Landlords enjoy steady and reliable rent through direct deposits from the Public Housing Agency, or PHA, mitigating the worry of delayed or missing payments. 2. Opportunity for fair market rents. The program permits annual rent adjustments to reflect market conditions, potentially increasing a landlord's returns while remaining competitive. 3. Access to a broader tenant base. The pool of potential tenants expands with Section 8, potentially boosting occupancy rates and reducing the frequency and duration of vacant units. Challenges of Section 8 for tenants. 1. Potential for discrimination. Despite legal protections, some tenants may face reluctance from landlords hesitant to accept vouchers, influenced by negative stereotypes. This behavior not only narrows tenant options, but may require legal intervention under the Fair Housing Act. 2. Limited housing options. Finding suitable housing that adheres to both PHA standards and affordability requirements often proves difficult, leading to extended housing searches. 3. Administrative complexities. The burden of managing ongoing inspections, extensive paperwork, and stringent compliance can deter tenants from persisting with or even applying for the program. Challenges of Section 8 for tenants. 1. Regulatory burdens. Complying with Section 8 regulations demands significant effort from landlords, including property inspections, maintenance, and paperwork, which can be seen as cumbersome. 2. Rent restrictions. Rental price caps might limit a property's earning potential, affecting profitability. 3. Occupancy delays. The necessary inspections and approval processes can delay tenant move-ins, which may impact the landlord's rental income timeline. Rental experience with Section 8. For tenants, the principal advantage of Section 8 housing lies in the provision of rent that is adjustable according to income fluctuations, so they must be prepared for potential long wait lists and the complexity of necessary documentation. For landlords, the program offers not just the certainty of tenant payments from housing authorities, but also potential tax benefits. However, they must consider the implications of rigorous inspections, rent ceilings, and the constraints of voucher usage. The Section 8 program aims to foster a reciprocal relationship between tenants seeking affordable housing and landlords looking for stable income, promoting participation through standardized agreements and sustained occupancy. This dynamic not only addresses the needs of lower-income households, but also supports landlords in maintaining profitable and compliant rental properties. By understanding and navigating the intricacies of this program, both tenants and landlords can effectively leverage its benefits to meet their respective housing and financial needs. Helpful links and contacts. 1. HUD website. This is a valuable resource for both tenants and landlords. It offers detailed information about local PHAs, updates on Section 8 policies, and access to required forms and applications. 2. Local housing counselor. HUD-approved housing counselors can provide free or low-cost advice on renting, defaults, foreclosures, credit issues, and more. They're a great resource for navigating housing challenges and understanding rights and responsibilities. 3. Legal aid societies. These organizations can offer support and legal advice, particularly in situations where tenants face eviction, discrimination, or have disputes with landlords. The Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher Program plays a vital role in providing affordable housing options to low-income families, the elderly, and disabled individuals. By understanding the intricacies of the program, both tenants and landlords can effectively navigate the system to meet their housing needs. The success stories and additional resources provided here underscore the program's potential to positively impact communities and improve the quality of life for many individuals. By fostering a better understanding of each other's responsibilities and benefits, tenants and landlords can work together to ensure that the objectives of the Section 8 program are met, leading to successful housing partnerships and thriving communities. Whether you are just beginning to explore the possibility of applying for a voucher or are considering becoming a Section 8 landlord, the detailed guidance and resources offered in this guide aim to empower you with the knowledge necessary to engage confidently with the program. This system not only empowers recipients by providing them with choice, but also stimulates the private rental market by ensuring a steady stream of income to landlords. And that's all for now. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more informative content. Have any questions? Drop them in the comments below.